Hot coffee. Should be drinking hot tea. Hello, participants. Day 2 of the Evil Dead Kickstarter. This is Tommy Boy. This is not True Talk. This is not the Designer Diary. This is Evil Dead 2's live stream. Hey, that's what it is. I'm going to move this microphone thingamajiggy right over here. So, hopefully you're here coming some of the outposts that we've given. There we go. You guys hear me okay? All good? All good? Stream coming through? Okay. So, here we are. Day 2 of the campaign. We're currently sitting at 719 backers, which is pretty good. Great, actually. And a total of $34,511.52 converted down from the Canadian price that I see, which is weird because I'm not used to seeing cents on a Kickstarter. But I guess it makes sense. I'm coming to you from one of my favorite cafes in Estonia. This is in Tallinn. I'm going to fix up this glop of hair here. So I'm coming from Tallinn, Estonia, in this cafe called Kervider. And Kervider is, honestly, it's like my favorite home. The owners of this place and myself are creating the Round Table Tallinn, which is going to be a pretty slick board game cafe here in Estonia that we're working on. So I come here. This is what they call my Saya Gang office. Saya Gang is the street. So this is what they call it my Saya Gang office, this exact seat. I've been sitting here for probably close to 10 years now. I've been coming to this cafe. I've stayed at a couple other tables. This has sort of been my home, though. Let's look at this, like 80s poof. Must have been all the Stranger Things 3 I was watching last night. I'm trying to get Steve's hair going on. Anyway, I promised last night that I would be on the stream again after the amazing JT and before Dylan. But the truth was, if you watched my stream yesterday, my nose started to run like a faucet. And I spent what was supposed to be a relaxing evening away from the kids in a nice hotel with the wife. I spent it in the bed dying, drinking water and eating wasabi that was left over from sushi to burn my nose out, to basically it needs more JPEG. Hey Zord, what's going on? That's two feeds in a row, man. This is crazy. What's going on? Anyways, I spent my night in the bed dying. You can see the red on my nose from blowing it like 1,000 times. And every time I thought about getting back on the stream, I just got more violently ill. So after I went through the entire box of Kleenexes and a bottle of Tylenol, painkillers, my wife and I were supposed to have a relaxing night away from the kids where we could sleep, catch up on our sleep and stuff. I ended up snoring because my Altonoids and everything, or just my sinuses, are all just destroyed. So I was like dying all night in bed, and she was beside me, dying, not being able to sleep. Yeah, so let's get down to this conversation here. We are going to move this candle out of the way because it's my face. So welcome, Day 2 streaming. We are currently... is it pixelated pretty bad? Yeah, I'm streaming from my phone's network. If I tried to stream from the internet here, it would never work. So you're going to hear a ton of stuff. Yeah, that guy, Todd Deaf or Tone Deaf. Don't worry about him, though. Go ahead, rip into him. It's fine. The thing is that that's an old campaign from, like, honest to God, like 2014, 2015. There's a couple of small components that aren't fulfilled, that are getting fulfilled. It's a lengthy, drawn-out process. It's not like it's been dropped off. And there's been communication. There's been email responses and stuff. But I think they just like to use this as a public forum. So I wouldn't worry about it. It just the Peter Applehead and everybody else pumping in there and doing what they can are basically are in there, and those kinds of comments just get drowned out. But remember the rules. the fun rules. Number one is if you have backed or purchased this game, and I mean, feel free, not this feed, but the feed before, at 8 minutes in, there's a descriptor as to what this is about. Feel free to post at the 8 minute mark from that video to anybody that you see comment that's confused, and tell them just to watch 4 minutes of it, because 4 minutes of that video will explain everything. Rule number one is don't. If you've purchased the game, backed it, backer kitted it, website bought it, convention bought it, if you bought the game from any platform whatsoever, you will be included in this campaign, provided it funds. Which leads me to number two. If you are part of that campaign, then don't panic, because rule number two is don't panic. You will, in fact, we will, in fact, work very hard to find you and make sure that you are listened to, and get you on the list, and get you your game. I mean, there's proof out there somewhere that you are on the original backer list. You're on the original, whatever method you bought it. There's proof that you bought it. We'll be able to discern that with you, and you will get that. Yeah, Zark, I wouldn't worry about them, right? So, and then that leads us to number three is a positive environment, which obviously Tone Deaf is Tone Deaf too, because it's supposed to be a positive environment. Yes, you should probably, but I mean, you can't really blame him. He's trying to find a method to communicate when he feels like he hasn't been getting the communication, and maybe he hasn't been. I found out that he sent an email to another member of the team who wasn't even around when this game was kicked, and so I guess like that person wasn't really responding to it, so I wouldn't really worry about it. But I have since then responded and will continue to respond, so I'm not really worried. And if he continues it up, it doesn't matter. Like I said, he will be drowned out in the comments. There's too much positivity on this feed, which is fantastic. Okay, so the extra dice, Jasco. So yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. No, this is strictly for the game. Like we don't have access to the dice or any of the other extra stuff like that. We tried to get the dice. I know that one of the vendors who had the dice in storage auctioned the dice off publicly. I tried to say don't, and Jasco was willing to pay the cost of the dice, but I think there was legalities as to why they couldn't do it. So I don't really know the true details behind that. I just know that that's, I think, what happened as to why we're not seeing the dice. That being said, the cabin's gone, so I don't believe there's another chance to make the dice, nor do I think it's wise to be adding anything to this Kickstarter right now, because the more we add to the Kickstarter, the more the price gets modified, and then things start to turn into the previous Kickstarter. This is a different animal entirely. This is a different animal entirely, this Kickstarter. This is the first one of its kind, called a Heartthrob campaign. It's specifically high in range because it's meant to be able to get everybody from a previous campaign kicked. I mean, there's 7,000 to 9,000 if you include everyone who thinks they're going to get missed. There's 9,000 plus people who are deserving of this game. That's 9,000 copies of a game. And the price of this game is pretty expensive. I mean, we're talking let's see here. See if I can figure out some of the basic math from what I know of. I mean, we're talking about $100,000 before shipping and before importing and before taxes just to fulfill the previous campaign's goal at cost. And that's at a reduced cost. So if it's 100, it's 110 actually. So if you're looking at 100,000, let's say, and we want to hit that goal, we have to consider Kickstarter fees, which is another 10%. So now we're actually at 122,000 we need to get. And so then we need to have excess games for the backers of this campaign. And right now we're looking at close to, what are we at now? Let's see here. 719 backers. So that's close to 1,000. So even with some overage in there, you're looking at about 1,000 backers. So, I mean, that's substantial. I mean, so the goal of 195,000 is actually, believe it or not, is actually at a bit of a financial loss to Jasco, which they're willing to eat to get the game out there, because they want to eat that cost to be able to print additional units for retail afterward. So I have to apologize. I'm pretty ill right now, but I couldn't leave you guys stranded. So I came to the cafe because I had to leave the hotel room I was in. I was sleeping most of the day trying to beat this illness, but I did promise to stream today. So I'm going to stream for just probably about a half an hour just to talk to you, just to give people information out there to know more about this campaign. Of course, you can ask any and all questions in the comment feed below if you missed the stream, and I'll answer those questions. Let's see. Brian Moore says, the old Kickstarter went negative and became the overall tone, but this campaign has context and is one of hope. So I think the tone is going to stay constructive. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's like 300 some odd. Well, let's see what some of the comments are. Like, there's 300 some odd comments in this. We're almost at 35,000. That's significant. There's 363 comments on this page. Harris Driver, hey, you're in this feed too. Keep smiling with no ad. I think keeping it simple. Yep, you're right. So there's a lot of discussion about add-ons and things. People are trying to find a way to get us past the funding point. And see, here's a crazy trap, guys. There's a crazy, crazy trap. The more add-ons and things that you add to try and boost the price over the funding goal, the more you're actually shrinking the funding goal's success rate. So it's like we're going to throw in, let's say we decide to throw in like extra dice. Well, extra dice have a cost. If we can't adjust the funding goal to compensate for those extra dice. We just throw those extra dice in at a campaign that's already razor thin on its success margins. Now we've just added a cost and reduced those razor-thin margins into probably more negatives. And then this is how the downward spiral begins. The more things we add to the campaign, miniatures, dice, cards, expansions, alternate minis, whatever you think, whatever we add to it at this point becomes diminishing returns. We add more, you pledge more, the campaign goal goes up, it hits the funding goal, but now we're in the hole. And we can't gamble on having this thing blow past its funding goal because we've added double the cost worth of product. Because then we are in a situation, we as in Jasco, is in a situation where they have to come up with another $100,000 to fulfill this campaign. Or they don't come up with the money, they don't fulfill the campaign, and we're right where we started. So, let's make a deal. I will buy a second game if we get to 50K today. It's a pretty good deal. American or Canadian? Because right now we're sitting at 46,000 Canadian. And that's not going to be hard to hit. I think we'll hit 50K tomorrow. I don't think we'll hit it today. I mean, it is going up fairly steady. And if you look at the kick track modifiers, because it's now a stabilized campaign day, we're sitting at 414,000 as the trending goal. If we just keep this momentum going. Furthermore, let's talk about kick track. Kick track's got some benefits to it. First off, we're number one. We're beating Catacomb Cubes. Suck it, Aaron West. I'm just kidding. We love you, Aaron West. So we're beating a bunch of things that are on the thing here. Man, I really wish we could get about half of Sleeping Gods. Wouldn't that be cool? So if we did add-ons, like this is why stretch goals are stretch goals, because if you do add-ons, then if we do add-ons, then or stretch goals, after you beat the funding goal, stretch goals are meant to add to the cost of the game, and that's why it becomes a funding goal thing. At this stage in the game, here's the best way to do this. Let's go back to Kick Track for a second. I don't want to lose track, and then I'll read your comments. Go to Kick Track. I'm going to put the link here in the feed. So go to Kick Track. You go to the main page of Kick Track. If you guys do this every day, a couple times a day, it actually keeps us in the top of the feed. It's kind of like a secret like weapon. And if it keeps us on the top of Kick Track at number one, people that go to Kick Track, which there are many, they will suddenly just hit and see the top one and go, ooh, that's badass. Bang. And they will buy it. So let's go check it out. So everyone go to Kick Track. So you go to Kick Track. I'm actually going to kick track this snot out of my nose. So hold on. Okay, I can breathe again. All right, so let's go to Kick Track. Okay. So we are here. If you look, Evil Dead 2, the board game, is number 1 on today's top 10. Let's keep us there, shall we? So what you do is you then click the Evil Dead 2 board game. Click. I just did it, which is good because I'm at a different IP, so it'll actually count. And then you can go to suggestions. You can add cool things like tags like board games, which I'm going to do right now. Board games. Board game. Another good tag would be horror. I'm going to add horror to it. Horror. Okay, there's horror. Maybe I'll add. It's got miniatures. I see the tag is already there, so maybe I'll add maybe Bruce Campbell. See if he's in there. Nope, there's nothing for Bruce. All right, well that's good enough. So let's see if those tags get hit. Then you can go to the share button, click the tweet, click the Facebook, click the. That's interesting. It's interesting. And then click visit project. Once you click visit project, that brings you over to. That will bring you over to the actual page. Once you're at the page, then that becomes a reference from KickTrack. KickTrack keeps track of how many times you're clicking the link and then clicking to go to see the page, and they count that towards metrics to keep you on the top 10. And that's important. So, Heartthrob. Oh, they don't have the Heartthrob tag, sadly. So how much time they can reveal, but the impression that it's Jasco want the dead license, but the license holder want us previous backers to get their game first. Yes. So the licensor will open up more licenses to Jasco and Linvander once we get this finished. One way or another, we're going to make an Evil Dead game, whether it's Heartthrobbed and return to all the backers or just something that hits the hobby chain. This is now dependent on you guys. I don't want them as add-ons, the accessories in Jasco's web store. So add-ons are only after you've hit the funding goal. Yes, so add-ons are stretch goals, as I was saying earlier. Yesterday, I reached out to a few horror merch retailers and horror assists to spread the word. Thanks, Brian. We really appreciate that. Spreading the word on this campaign is going to be paramount in making sure it succeeds. I got Cavity Colors and Fright Rags. It's a lot of followers to share it on Twitter, and excellent. Well, I mean, we are seeing a steady rise in people backing it. It is going up per hour, actually. Yeah, so if it doesn't fund for some reason, we'll probably try and go a different route to get you the game. It's just going to require you to buy it at a discounted games to fulfill the games and to have enough for store and to have enough to fulfill the current Kickstarter's game people. Like, this is literally just the best we can do. But we are currently sitting at 721 backers and a funding goal, 34,547.52. Let's go read some comments. We've received 4 comments. I can't breathe either. Whew. I say due to it being a Kickstarter. Some funny comments on the Kickstarter page. So David, who's commenting here, David and Hirsch seem to have a pretty good grasp on what's going on. Yeah, it's good. So Vincent doesn't seem to have any faith. He's good funded, and it's like, actually, according to algorithms, we'll be funded quite well. In fact, let's go take a look at the dashboard and see what the chart looks like there. I know you guys can't see it, but I can. All right, well, we're pretty much on par. At this goal, we're probably going to hit, at this trajectory, we will hit the funding goal. Kicktrack's got a good reputation for being absolutely incorrect, but being at least half of what their predictions are. That's what I've noticed. Whatever their predictions they're trending toward is, it's usually about half is what gets you the success. So right now it's projecting us at 414,000, so it looks like we're going to scrape by with a little bit of extra room. We're 17% funded, maybe close to 18% funded now. We just went up another little bit of dough. Love to be at 20% by the end of the day. What do we got here, folks? What do you think, Peter? I like the way you think. Wow, it's a lot to just pay for shipping, Zorg. Yeah, they're pretty good for their shipping rates. They get really good rates because they ship a lot of product. So if it doesn't fund, the game will still be available via retail channel. Yes, if it doesn't fund, well, hold on. This is not. I don't know for certain because I'm not the actual publisher, but I believe the game will be created as a normal licensing situation where we will just print the game. We'll probably come to Kickstarter again with the reasonable funding goal of a traditional print run, and then watch that one blow over. That'd be hilarious. Or it might just go direct to retail. In which case, there might be a chance for original backers to come and purchase the game at a severely discounted price. That would be a very good alternative to this method. That way, people who don't really care or are too sour by playing the game won't have to worry about it, but the people that really, really want the game anyway can actually buy into it. Woo! Ric Flair. So I had a friend ask Sam Raimi or Bruce Campbell are connected. So no, they're not connected or involved in this campaign at all. I think there's a lot of publicity for them, so I don't really know if they are or not, but it would be really cool if we did get. I don't think Sam will post anything, but it'd be cool if we could get something from Bruce. But I mean, we can't really push that stuff, right? Also, I just thought I'd let you guys know that the game is supposed to retail for about $80. We discounted it because we wanted to show you guys that we weren't here to try and gouge the money out. Which I really wish now we would have put it to the 80, but 59 is our price to get it out there fast. There's like next to no margins in there, so we need 3,300 backers. We're not doing bad. We're not doing bad. We are only day 2 into the campaign. We are not doing bad at all. I know people want it to like be exploding and stuff, but let's be totally realistic here. At the rate we're going, I mean, we knew we weren't going to fund day 1. I'm hoping we fund around day 10. I think we're going to get there. We'll get you a game, Stretch. Don't worry. Oh, will there be lots of dice to roll? There'll be about 6 dice to roll. Extra dice bags. I mean, we could add extra stuff on there, but then again, I mean, if there's stuff that's already being manufactured, there's probably a chance to put some add-ons in there. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to put like a minis pack or a dice pack or something that you could back into. I know the book was kind of a cool idea, but it's a very low cost, and that's sort of where it becomes. I mean, that's what it is. So, I mean, the campaign before second edition also like 750K. Sleeves would be cool. Yeah, there's lots of cool things we could do. The problem is that everything. Yeah, they're 32 mini. I think they're 28 to 32. I think they're 32. But I mean, like I said, the more things we add on, the more damage it becomes to the cost of the game. And we don't want this cost of the game to go up anymore because it's not an accurate reflection of what the price is. So we're sitting at 722 backers. It's not bad. I'm just a big liar. 723 backers. And we're creeping up to 35,000. Once we hit 35,000, we've got 106,000 left. I mean, I went in and backed 10 copies myself. I want you guys to get your games. Yeah, the big board. We needed the cabin, right? It's the cabin. It's really the only thing that's important. Hey, Mr. Stuckcliffe. Apparently my connection is bad. Did you guys get a little blip there? Hopefully it'll come back. I got my coffee. I got my sniffles. I've got my Tylenol on me, my painkillers and my sickness medication. This feed isn't going to be on too long, guys. I'm really not feeling too well. I managed to get pretty sick yesterday, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but it's pretty grungy right now. I probably should be drinking tea instead of coffee, but I need something to kind of get me up a little bit. Yeah, it's a very keep it simple campaign. So Jason and AT in their stream yesterday said they would paint my minis for me by 2025. Well, that's probably inaccurate still. They're busy enough. I know Lynn Vanner Studios is busy for quite a bit. I would love an Earl Grey hot. Time to clear the schnoz. I'm being polite. I don't want you guys to hear my snot. I do need some chocolate. Funny thing you mentioned that. I still have my chocolate cherry from yesterday. I was gonna save it for the. Oh man, London fogs are so good. I was gonna save it for when we fund it, but that's gonna take a long time. And then I was gonna eat it on the second stream last night, but we didn't get there because I was dying. So against my better judgment, because sugar is usually pretty bad, this looks like a cherry bomb. Looks like a bomb, doesn't it? Morning, not for me. No, it's 10 in the morning for the Eastern coasts and 7 for you Pacific folks. But it's actually 5:15 p.m. for me. So this is more like my pre-dinner. So let's see. Chocolate covered cherries are literally my favorite, but they're hit and miss. There we go. Chocolate covered cherry. Oh. Stub. I'm sure it tastes really good, but the sinuses and the illness are not allowing me to actually taste it. Right now, it's just texture. Oh, there's a hint of chocolate and cherry. It's pretty good, but it's not nearly as tasty as it would be if I didn't, if I wasn't so ill. That being said, the playthrough of the video, I'll grab it for you if you want to give me a sec. I'll go grab you a link. Here we go. All right, folks, dying. Oh, advertising. How fun are you? Here we go. It seems to be that people are putting in playthrough comments. That's good. There's playthrough video on the main page itself, and there's also a playthrough video here. There's one that's broken up on Jasco's page. This one has the full video. An ASMR video. A what? What's an ASMR video? I feel like I'm really weird there, not knowing what that means. I don't think so. I don't know where we have. I don't know where Jasco's put that stuff. They have approved of channels that they're allowed to do things with, and banners and stuff. So I just don't know. I don't know where they've got it set up. I'm just sharing it on every channel that I have and every method that I have. Just try and get it out there for people. Oh, yeah, you can just play this video back to try and sleep. Really? So people actually listen to people eating food? Wow. Man, I don't know if I. Yeah, that is pretty funny. I don't know if I don't know if I could hear just someone chewing. That's just it's cool, I guess, but I prefer moaning. No. I prefer like thunderstorms. The whispering would be creepy as hell. Sock Puppet Sammy says whispering. Sock Puppet Sammy. That's such a good. Chewing is vanilla. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just keep the ASMR to something else then, I guess, huh? I love the name Sock Puppet Sammy. Oh, God, you guys are killing me. If I'm not going to die from this illness already, the painkillers will start to wear off, or the medication will start to wear off soon. And I'll just be like, I'll just start to melt. So one thing I did do last night in my sicking haze is I was laying there with Kleenex in my nose, and I did watch the end of Stranger Things Season 3. That was cool. It's a pretty good show. Not going to lie. So where are we here? Let's go back to the campaign, see if we've risen at all. The dead have risen. The deadites have risen. So 723, not bad. And a funding conversion so far of 34,583.52 cents. That's pretty good, guys. Come on, let's get us to 730 backers. I'm not sure you guys can do much about that, though, because you're probably all backers at this stage. Yeah, it was pretty intense. It got pretty intense near the end. I was pretty happy with it, to be honest. All right, everyone. So just for those of you who are new to watch the thread, one of the things that we were talking about was Kicktrack. How to keep Evil Dead 2 on the top of Kicktrack. The best way to do such a thing is I'm going to post a link here. There's the Kicktrack link. You go to the Kicktrack. You click the Evil Dead 2 in the top 10. And then when you get to the Kicktrack, we'll do that right now. Click the Evil Dead 2. And when you get to the Kicktrack page itself, you click a bunch of stuff. Then you click Visit Project. And then once you visit Project, those metrics actually help us out. And you'll get higher and higher on the rankings. Never even heard Mindhunter before. I guess I'm the only one that didn't like this season. Yeah, I will tell you, Chris, I also didn't like this season as much as the previous seasons. I'm wondering if it's because of how grown up everything is becoming, or I'm wondering if it's because that I think it's getting a little too over the top. Don't worry, guys, no spoilers. There'll be no spoilers. I'm wondering if it's just that it's getting over the top. Because, I mean, really at this point, it's like, I'm not scared anymore of the upside down and what comes from it. I'm not scared for the characters anymore, you know? I need to have that fear like the first and second season gave me. But it was kind of interesting. I'm going to blow my nose. That was for the ASMR folks. Oh boy. Oh, it's killing me, guys. All right, so I'm going to talk just for probably 5-10 minutes more. It's nice that we got a really good crowd of people watching now. It's sad to see that all the people have come at the 33-minute mark when I need to go and blow my nose properly and probably pack up my bags and head back to the house to get another good night's rest. I believe Josh is going to stream at some point. I don't think he's streaming tonight, but there's a chance he's streaming tonight. So let's see here. Okay, rest to stay on until my brain just can't handle being public anymore. And then I'm going to head home. And it's weird. You know, I haven't been sick in a couple of years, like properly sick. And this isn't even like properly sick. I mean, I probably should be on the bed dying. But I take a lot of vitamins and stuff, so I bounce back pretty quickly. And I feel like I'm on the bounce back stages. If I get another solid night's rest, pop a few more painkillers, I should be in a pretty state of mind to sleep this off and be back ready for action on day 3 of streaming. But for now, I'm just gonna sit in a haze with you guys. All right, so for those of you that are new to the feed or want to take this video and I'm gonna switch hairstyles now. Look at that, I'm a whole different person. For those of you that want to take this feed and post it at this time, 35 minutes, I will talk about the cardinal rules. My body will not let me be sick. And then you guys can post this feed where you need to. So at 35 minutes, here we go. Bang. There we go. For those of you guys watching, Evil Dead 2, the Kickstarter, a couple of cool cardinal rules to answer your questions. Number 1, if you have backed this game, bought this game, purchased it in any method or form previous to this campaign, you are considered on the list. You will get a copy of this game should this Kickstarter fund. So please spread the word, heck, back it again, let everyone know. But you will get a copy of the game, which leads me to point 2, which might be a bit of a statement. If you are on that list, aka if you did buy this game in any manner or form, don't panic. If we don't have you on the list, we will find you. Oh, yes, we will find you. And we will ensure that you will find us, because you will definitely comment, as you just have. And while you are seeing this video clipped, you will then get some sort of confirmation. We will talk to you. We will find you and track you down. Jasco will do this. It will be a lengthy process, but we will get to the end of it. So don't panic. Rule 3, be positive, be straightforward, be promotional with this campaign. Understand that it's happening. Understand that not going to help any new backers come in and help fight the cause. So be positive, be there, comment. I've seen a lot of comments on this so far. You guys are literally the best. And number 4, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun campaign. Let's get it out there. Go Games for publishing this game. Thanks to Lynn Vander Studios for designing it on the house. Boda for manufacturing. Thank you to the licensor for making this happen. Thank you for Kickstarter for putting it on the front page. There's so many things we could thank people for. And, you know, as I come here from Tallinn, Estonia, thank you for supporting it in any capacity. We are here to get you your game, and that is the message delivered to you in 2 minutes-ish. Subscribe to this channel. That's rule 0. It's the first thing you have to do is subscribe, you know, and then click notifications and all that fun stuff so you can watch me eat chocolate, preferably when I can taste it. Keep out of sunlight. Don't feed after midnight. Never get wet. And never talk about Fight Club. So those are the cardinal rules. I'm glad you guys had a chance to experience that. Cool. So do you have any questions? I'm going to take off. I keep saying I'm going to take off like 17 minutes ago. But first thing I'm going to do is go back to the kick track, do my little thing, take a spin and look at where we're at. We're still trending toward 212%. That would be incredible. And then we're going to go to the campaign page itself and see that we jumped a couple of backers since I last looked. And we are ever closer to 35,000 on the goal. It's been a ride already. It's been 2 days, not even 2 days, and it's been a ride. Technically, it has not even been one full day yet. Gosh, I didn't even realize that. It hasn't been a day yet. We've got 90 minutes before day 1 is up. Wow. That's fantastic. I thought it was day 2. It's technically day 2 for me because I've slept since. But on day 1, we might actually hit the goal that I wanted to hit, which was, are we 18% yet? Oh, we're at 18%. I was hoping to hit 20%. I doubt we're going to hit 20% in the next 90 minutes. But if we can get close enough to it, I will be happy. 20% is a really good number to hit on day 1. But we got to keep the pressure. It's going to take a lot of effort to get this campaign in front of all these people's eyes. Maybe whenever I get an update from Sprawl Ops, I can put a little link there, scoop up 3,000 of those backers. Come on over and join us on the Evil Dead train. Anybody here a Shadowrun and Evil Dead fan? Because that would be cool to have a crossover. Evil Shadowrun. Yeah, Ash is a runner. Oh, man, he'd be the best, like, face/street samurai. Yeah, I'd back that game. All right, let's get up to 7:30. So, let's see here. All right, any last minute questions, folks? I'm going to boot it off here. Nope. All right, so if you have any questions about the campaign itself, please post it down in the comments below. You can share this at 35 minutes in so that everybody has a chance to see the rules of the game here. Spread the link. Don't forget to do the kick track thing. I will be streaming later on. It'll be random and haphazard for now, basically when I can feel okay to do so. My nose is starting to become a faucet again, so I am going to go medicate. Thank you guys so much for everything. Kat has not replied to anything yet, but don't worry, I'm working on it. Thanks, guys. You guys are literally the best. Thumbs up, all that fun stuff, and goodbye.